Yo, this is Nick D.
I'm Brie K, and this is Siri.
You already know what it is, man. It's William Cater.
Yo, this is DJ Lost and Found from the Missing Link podcast.
Hey, what up? It's Miss Hero from Pew Army.
This is Stephen the Levite.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy YP, aka Young Paul. You know what I mean? Representing the East Coast, New York, Jersey, stand up.
And you're tuned into the That's Not
Christian Podcast.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is episode 234 of the That's Not Christian Podcast. Today we are joined by the one, the only, and we got Brie K in the house.
Yay.
No Kasiri today, no Jimmy, and of course no Switch. So pray for those individuals. They need Jesus because they're not here on the That's
They're
Not
backsliding right now, but
yeah.
they'll come home. They'll come home soon.
Eventually,
exactly. So before we get started, just want to say happy belated birthday to Brie K.
Thank you.
Her birthday last week.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Right? 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we haven't popped for 2 weeks. Dang.
Oh man,
yeah. So happy belated. Make sure,
Thank you.
let her know in the comments. And yeah. So what's up, everybody?
We almost didn't make it this week.
Right?
I feel like if I didn't ask, are we potting? We would not be potting today.
No, what's funny is when you asked, I was already thinking. I was like, "Oh, I forgot to message the group and make sure who's coming on and who's not." And then boom, you have a message. But it was crazy though, because I was about to, like 2 hours ago, just be like, "Forget it," because you had mentioned, your camera, battery, all this other stuff. And then my wife is like, "Hey, are you potting today?" And I'm like, "No, I'm actually about to cancel. I have my phone in my hand. I'm gonna type it out." And then she's like, "You haven't potted for 2 weeks. Go pot." And I was like, "Okay, fine." Yeah.
Dang, shout out to your wife.
Yeah. So
I can't believe you were about to cancel, of all people.
Right? Shock.
Yeah, I know. It's just, it's like Ann said, right? It's like summer. Then you start like, all right, do I really want to do this? I want to be outside, the kids, all this other stuff. But I think we got good topics today. So we'll get into the first one. And Jon Bellion, I hope I said that last name right.
Going straight into it, huh?
Yeah. We got like a couple minutes before Brique's camera dies.
No, it might last the whole show. I don't know. We're gonna find out. We're all gonna find out together.
Exactly. So Jon Bellion was on the George Janko podcast, and he went viral, I would say, for something he was talking about that had to do with Live Nation. Did you guys happen to catch the post?
Yes.
Okay. So for context, this was a show that he did here in New York in Jones Beach, if I recall correctly. And he said that this is where he found out the kind of deal that he had, where he was basically making nothing, and Live Nation was making all the money, right? Whether it be merch sales. Yeah, food, that was I got a little thumbs up. That's crazy. The thing that was kind of crazy to me was the food sales part, because I didn't know that could be an option for the artist to get like a cut of the sales of that. So was that something you guys were familiar with?
Is that an option? It didn't sound like it was an option. It sounded like he later learned that that's what he was getting
that it was an option. Okay. Yeah, I kind of got that from him as well. Lost and Found says, "Dang, Jay, can we hear how y'all been first?" Yeah, we've been good, bro. Come on. That's Jon Bellion. We all here. Well, half of the clan is here. Yeah. So, Brie K, who's an artist, what did you think about his post, and what kind of how shady, if you can say that, Live Nation or any other promoter or ticket event company does to artists?
Well, okay. So he was talking about it, and I'm like a longtime fan of Jon Bellion, by the way. So like I kind of know some of his story, and then obviously in his music sometimes he'll like be cussing out the labels and stuff. And he's one of those artists who didn't really go like the full artist route. Like he really took the songwriter route more, and he got a publishing deal pretty early on in his career. And that's what kind of like, I don't know, I guess like catapulted his career, or like also like gave him like an amount of success, like financially as well. So like I don't think, well, my question is just like, why do artists keep getting in deals that do not benefit them? Like, that's like my first question. And then my second question is like, how did he not know when he is like known to kind of like he has a knowledge of the industry. It's not like he was just brand new, has no idea, what's going on. Like, why didn't his lawyers catch it? Like, why didn't anybody be like, you're not gonna make any profit from the sales, and you need to have 3,000 rolls of toilet paper, and you need to have this much worth of catering every night, and it's gonna take you touring 11 months out of the year to make the money back. Like, why was nobody, like, privy to that, like, at all?
Yeah, that's a good argument. But correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't this like very, very early into his career
I'm not
that this
sure.
kind of happened?
That's
Okay.
kind of what I wanted to know, because he did, like I said, he did get a publishing deal pretty early in his career as well. So like he's dealt with labels. So that's why I'm like, I mean, I don't know if this was like his first time dealing with Live Nation itself, or like I don't know. So
Mm.
that piece I'm kind of missing, because otherwise I just don't get it. Like I don't know. I just don't get why artists keep getting in deals with labels that like are not good. And then every time somebody gets signed, everybody's like, congratulations. It's like, are congratulations even in order? Or
Right.
are
Yeah,
they,
yeah,
like, gonna be a slave to this label for the next 5 years and not really make anything? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I
I
don't know.
think you still have that. What's the word? Like you still have that effect. Like you're working so hard to get your songs, your albums out, and then a major label comes around and is interested in you and signs you, and you still have that
There's,
moment
like, the
of
allure of it, but,
yes,
like, we've
correct.
heard the cautionary tale, like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
We've seen every movie, like, from everybody, right? Like, every
Yeah,
major group and stuff who's got screwed over by a label, so, like, why do we keep falling for it is my question.
yeah,
Like, I don't know.
yeah.
And then I also feel like, well, I know his deal was, like, a long time ago, but just like thinking of today, in today's times, like I just don't understand why in 2024 anybody's getting signed to a label, because I mean, unless they have like a really, really good deal, because whatever they offer you, most of the time they don't even want to take you on until you're able to do all those things yourself. So by the time they actually want to take you on, it's like, how are they even benefiting you? Because you already have the fan base, you're already making the sales, you're already
Mhm.
like selling out tickets. Like, so what could they really do for you? Is I don't know. So sorry to kind of veer off topic. We could go back to.
No, it makes sense though.
Mm-hmm. And then he continued talking about the money that gets spent, that is not even on Live Nation's budget, it's on his budget. And that
Mhm.
was pretty wild too, because it's like, whoa, like if I'm here to bring in a crowd, for example, because they like my albums, my songs, whatever the case is, like you mentioned, why do I have to front the bill for the toilet paper and all this other stuff? Like, that's dirty.
Yeah, it's pretty grimy.
That's
Yeah.
classic. That's classic dirty business. Sound like Don King. That's what he used to do.
That's a good point. Yeah, yeah. Um, I'm also just as curious as like why didn't lawyers or his lawyer, or maybe he didn't have a lawyer. I don't know. Just feels like all these things is like could have been avoided, in a sense, and they didn't, and now Live Nation got kind of like a bad. It just adds to the story of, like you were saying,
Them.
labels being grimy and stuff.
Mhm.
So,
It's terrible.
uh, yeah, yeah, that is definitely terrible.
It
I
sounds like
hope.
a bad loan with him.
But
Like,
isn't that, yeah, isn't that what it is when you get
That's
I mean,
signed? It's
exactly what it is.
technically a bad loan, you
yeah,
know?
but like with
Um,
the worst terms ever.
yeah. And I think we briefly talked about this in like a couple episodes, a couple months ago, where the Dominican um
Oh,
dembow artist, right? His name is
oh yeah.
El Alfa, right? He signed this huge deal, and he talked about his record deal and said that yeah, they front you, the I don't remember how many millions of dollars it was.
He got a
Um,
lot.
yeah, he got I mean, he bought I think it's a Pagani, which is a crazy car worth millions of dollars. And it's very exclusive, like one of like 5 are made in the world, right?
Yeah.
So he talked about his deal, how he got all this money, and he talked about how artists should, be negotiating their art, right? Because they didn't get a piece of his catalog, like his entire catalog. He
Mhm.
did sign that he had to do, I believe, like 2-3 albums, with the label.
But
But he also,
his was more
yeah,
like a loan, right? Like the way he did it, because he could basically, right? He was basically
just
loaning
pay it
out those
off.
records to them, right? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and yeah, exactly. So he can eventually buy it back once it was
correct,
done. So
correct. Yeah, and I think recently he said that just on like 2 or 3 singles from the first album he got from the new label, like he's almost done.
oh my goodness.
So that's pretty wild. But that's not everybody's case, right? That gets signed, right?
Yeah. So
Um,
his was 70 million. I think what they fronted him like 35 or something like that. A half of
right. Yes,
front. Yeah.
that sounds about right. Yeah,
70 million. That's crazy. So that means the half that they already fronted him, he's already almost paid it with 2 singles.
that's wild. And mind
Right.
you, like he also did come out with an album already. So
Wow. I
um
need to start doing these.
I feel like we should be on the other side of it,
What
like
am I
the
doing,
grimy
yo?
side. Jeez. That's
Oh
crazy.
my goodness. 2 singles?
Yeah, it's wild. But yeah, so I hope, John Bellion, I guess, learned from his lesson. Obviously, this was a while ago.
I'm sure he did.
Uh,
Yeah, he
yeah,
did. He
and then
definitely
to piggyback off of Live Nation, right? You now have the government getting involved, not necessarily on the side of the artist, right? But you have like Ticketmaster and Live Nation and all these companies, right? That they're targeting for all these fees and stuff that happens when you buy a ticket. So they're trying to like break them up as a company and all this other stuff. I don't know. I don't know if you guys heard about that one.
I did.
Yeah. So you go, you buy a $60 ticket, and then by the time you hit checkout, it's already like $160, and then you got venue fees, taxes, all this other stuff.
Mhm.
Lost and Found
That's
says, I would never want a 30 mil advance. Too much of a gamble to be able to pay that back. Correct. Yes. And he did mention that, but he said that he was betting on himself.
I
Um,
just said that.
oh, wow. Yeah, you did. See, I didn't even repeat that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he
So
he paid
yeah,
off.
yeah. Well, sort
Well,
of like
almost.
he's not done. So, but
But he
yeah.
still gets that other set too. But anyway, back to the government trying to get
Yeah, the
their
government trying to split Live Nation and all this other stuff, all these fees that they be charging. Um, what are you guys thoughts on the government trying to split them up?
That's crazy. They're trying to split up Live Nation
Yeah, trying to split up Live Nation and what's the and Ticketmaster.
and
Well,
Ticketmaster.
because Live Nation and
Li-
Ticketmaster are owned by the same people,
Yeah,
apparently.
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah, is it not didn't Jay-Z partner with Live Nation?
I think that was years ago. I don't think he's involved anymore.
Did he not? Okay,
Because
'cause
didn't
I
he
thought
sell his Live Nation shares to buy shares with the Nets? Right? Wasn't
he
it?
might have, because I believe that's how they came up with Rock Nation.
Mm,
With
Oh, really?
yeah, because I think initially, like when he initially started with them, it was like in conjunction with Live Nation, and then that's how he came up with that whole Rockefeller Live Nation, Rock Nation type thing. So yeah, I don't know. Look, LNF saying investigate Rock Nation. See, I believe, if I recall, when it initially happened, I mean, I could be wrong, but I thought that was initially a partnership.
Okay,
That's
I'm
just
looking
long.
at it. It says he had a 10-year, or he has a 10-year deal.
Okay.
with
Oh,
Live Nation.
I think it's over now. It says back in 2008, Jay-Z signed, or stunned the music world by signing a 10-year, 150 million deal with touring giant Live Nation.
Okay, so I thought
Okay.
he did. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All
So it
right.
wasn't a equity play. It was
Nah.
a signing thing. All right. But
Wow.
yeah, so government's trying to get involved, split them up.
Didn't
In the name of
Ticketmaster get in trouble before? Didn't they get like fined or something with the Taylor Swift thing? Like, right? I forgot what happened when people were getting charged or not getting their tickets, or when the crashing of their sites and all of that.
That was part of the DOJ's thing. I think it turned into that because I don't know what Taylor Swift fans or whatever were saying about it. The Swifties, what they were saying about it. But yeah, they were saying they weren't able to get their tickets. And then Taylor Swift said it was, I don't remember what was the big word that she used. And then the DOJ, I guess they jumped on it or whatever, and they were like, Ticketmaster owns 70%, I guess, of like all whatever that industry is considered ticket sales or whatever. So they want to try to break them up because they feel like they're monopolizing.
I mean, it feels like it's monopolizing because where else are you going to get tickets from, right? It's always Ticketmaster.
That's true.
So, and then now when you try to sell, right, they want a cut of that too. So you paid fees to buy, and now they want fees for you to sell as well. So,
yo, you know what? Now that you say that about the fees, right, what hit me, and I'm sorry to go backwards, but the Jon Bellion thing, when he's mentioned how they Live Nation, if they felt like it, right, if they just wanted to have a big promo sale, like they can sell his tickets for $10.
oh yes,
That was crazy to me. And then like, which makes it even harder for him to pay back because they just charged everybody $10, and he's basically not making anything.
Yeah,
but they could do that because they made money off of everything else: parking, food, merch, all of that. So that's wild. Like, that's crazy. So they basically got him out there performing like a
puppet,
yeah,
like a clown,
like that. Yeah.
You know,
I'm glad you said that one. I couldn't get a better term out. It's about to be. I had to censor me. So
yo, can you imagine you sitting at the end of the year and you get your 1099 from Live Nation and you think it's gonna be millions of dollars, and it's like
negative.
Bro,
you owe us $30.
That's very negative. It's in red. Red tonight. It's in red.
The sad part is too, like, your friends and family think you're doing great.
Right.
Sold out tours. You know,
Bro, imagine that. Dude pulling up in an old Honda Accord.
Oh man.
That's terrible, yo. That's foul though that they're doing people like that. So
I mean, you can argue it's the cost of doing business, but then it's also you should have been on top of, top
that
of things.
too.
Yeah, artists got to be smarter.
Yeah, that too. But I wonder how many artists.
How many artists what
is happening to that aren't speaking up or probably didn't look over their contracts and things like that.
Probably a lot of them.
Especially if you're just starting out. Well, I shouldn't say starting out, but like you're brand new to the
touring and
the touring signing stuff like
that.
You
imagine there's somebody right now just performing right now, and they walking out about to go eat Subway in their hotel room. Oh, that's crazy.
And everybody's congratulating them on Instagram.
Yeah,
like, congratulations. You deserve it.
Yeah,
finally the recognition you deserve.
And the staff was eating the shrimp cocktail they paid for. Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
That's sad, honestly.
When you think about that, right? It's messed up. It's messed up, man. Wow.
And this is probably how the Live Nation board people are laughing right
I know, right? They probably were like,
literally laughing to the bank.
Yeah. With all the toilet tissue behind them. The 600 rolls they bought. What was that, for COVID? Like, why they charged them for that many toilet tissue?
They probably had a deal with with the toilet paper company or something.
Bro, that's crazy.
It is. Well, remember that. Well, yeah, was it? I don't know if the toilet paper issue was with Jones Beach, right? Because they don't have facilities like that. It's all like the porta potty type of thing. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Alan F says, "What up, Switch? Where's Switch at? I don't see him
Nah,
here."
because he said young. Remember
Young
they said young
Slick.
slick.
Oh, I
Switch's
got it, I got
burner.
it. Yeah, Switch's
Yeah.
burner.
But yeah, man, that's
yeah, so
wild.
it is.
That
It
is
is.
so
So
wild.
people, whether you're an artist or you're doing any type of business,
Get a
make sure
lawyer.
you go over your contracts. Make sure you get a lawyer, with a nice suit, right? Not the one with the baggy pants and then the type of
Public
shoes, like
defender.
the meme. Yeah, like not those type of.
Get an entertainment lawyer. Don't get it. No, you mess around, get your real estate lawyer. Like, nah.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
Talk about these numbers look good.
Yeah.
No.
Don't rely on ChatGPT either.
Nah, definitely not. Nah.
So
Wow.
Is that how
That's
you're segueing into the next?
yeah. So the next topic is OpenAI, which runs ChatGPT and a few other AI tools, recently announced a new product where you'll be able to talk to ChatGPT, right? It's your assistant, and well, you could have done this before, right? But it was very robotic, and all this other stuff. So OpenAI decided to release ChatGPT 4.0, right?
Did you
This
try
is
it?
the latest one. No, I have not tried the voice. I still have the old voice assistant. So in their demo, right, the dude that's doing the demonstration, he's asking these questions, and the way the assistant replies back is very like calming, soothing,
Like a human, like a regular conversation.
like a regular conversation with emotion,
This
right?
is scary.
Yeah, with emotion. And immediately after they showed that, and you were on X, you see the memes of the movie Her, right? And in the movie Her, is the dude falls in love with the voice assistant.
I
Right?
could see that happening,
Yeah,
yo.
because the voice in the actual demonstration, like I said, very soothing, very warm, heartfelt, like all these feelings, right, that
Bro.
humans display, was in the voice, right? And a lot of people were saying, wow, this sounds like Scarlett Johansson, which at the same time plays the voice in the movie Her,
Oh wow.
for the voice assistant, right? So two things with that, right? Number one, I feel like it's one of those mind trick games, right? Because you're seeing the memes of like Her, the movie, of the dude and everything, like, yeah, this is my girlfriend or whatever, right? And it's Scarlett Johansson's voice, so you kind of like putting two and two together. So I felt like people were getting played a little bit, right, with the mind games. But it actually turns out that no, well, it's not proven that it's Scarlett Johansson because the CEO of OpenAI, Sam, tweeted out and said that they reached out to Scarlett Johansson to try to get her as the official voice for the assistant, and she, according to Sam, says that they went back and forth and they couldn't get into an agreement, which to me sounds like the check wasn't big enough, right? So then Scarlett Johansson comes out, I think like the next day, and says, pretty much reveals all of this, and said, yeah, they came to me and we couldn't get into agreement, blah 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 blah. But Sam decided to clone my voice anyway, and use it for the new assistant. So we've had this convo a few episodes ago as well, and it comes with using your voice, your personality, your image for the profit of another company using AI. So what's to happen now if Scarlett decides that she's going to sue OpenAI for using her likeness or her voice in this case?
She should.
Yeah, you think so?
No,
Even if, yeah.
What her that got nothing to do with OpenAI?
Her
So
the
she
movie or her Scarlett Johansson?
her the movie, like. So
Well,
if she
that's separate, right? Because she
I know,
got
but I'm
paid for
saying,
that.
but if she didn't have any type of dealings business wise with them, why would they be using her voice? That's crazy. It's one
It's
thing
just the nature of what
if
it
she
is.
did like a promo for them and they used her voice or something. Maybe she signed a contract and kind of gave over some of her likeness within that contract. If she did any slight type of work with OpenAI and somewhere in the fine lines, kind of, where she kind of signed over her likeness. If she didn't do that, then there's no reason that they should be using her voice at all.
Okay, sure, but how do you prove
That it's her voice? Like, really?
that it's actually her voice, right?
What do you
Because
mean?
you can have Sam can say this is not her voice, like he said. It's just so happened that it sounds like her, right? It could be a slight variation, you know.
That's crazy. Nah. All you gotta do is play it and let her talk. Is that my voice? Yeah, that's my voice. Bro, if Sam don't admit it, just send Diddy to his house.
Oh my gosh. Well, we won't get it. I'm not even gonna go there. You know,
He'll admit it afterwards.
if
A couple of
you know
rounds.
Sam's history, you'll understand.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know his history. What's his history?
I'll talk about it offline. I don't want to talk about it.
Why not? That's what we're here for.
Right. What happened?
What's his history?
I mean, he's openly gay. So
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
so he's saying he might like the Diddy visit.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Whatever you do, that's your business.
I can't.
I didn't get what you was saying. My bad. But anyway, either way, I just don't see like that's crazy because then if that's allowed, then that's going to be the standard. Everyone's going to pull the same. Well, that's really not his voice. It's a slight tweak here and there, which actually that's how sometimes you can tell the difference between the AI and there's always like some little difference, right? That you can kind of hear sometimes,
right?
That it's not really done.
Like
Maybe
robotic.
maybe there's like a pitch that's a little off or something, right?
Mhm.
But you could tell that's what they're trying to do, right? Like with those AI songs, with you could tell like, oh, that wasn't Rihanna, but you could, still it sounds like her, but not really 100%.
Yeah.
But still, if we start allowing that, then that means everyone can be cloned at that point.
I mean, yes, and I mean,
No?
I've shown you guys, like I cloned my voice, right? And I created a
The
video.
Spanish one?
Yeah, no, not the Spanish one. No, this
Oh.
was an English one. But you can tell this one does have that robotic sound. So if you were not really paying attention, you could be like, "Oh my god, this is crazy!" Like it's really your voice. But still, and with the assistant now, like you don't hear that slight robotic sound, right?
That's crazy. Yeah,
it is. And then here's another crazy twist of it. Sam tweeted the word "her" in caps.
so he's playing games.
Yeah, he's doing too much. Because did he want to use Scarlett Johansson's voice specifically because it was in that movie and he kind of like wants it to be like a little bit of a trip or something?
Probably.
I don't know if that's the case. All I know is that he wanted. Well, like I said, they approached her to be the voice of that assistant.
Had to be.
Well, I would like to see how it played out in court. Like, is he going to bring somebody else and be like, this was actually the voice? And her voice is eerily similar to Scarlett Johansson's. And is Scarlett Johansson going to come and be like, okay, I have all of these movies out here, like that whatever technology has all this data of me talking where they can really create like a lifelike voice because they have so much like examples of her speaking in movies. Like, I don't know. I would just like to see how that plays out.
Now, if they have a person, then they just have then that's it. That's fine.
Because how else could he win that case? You know what I mean?
Because if they have a person that sounds like her, I mean, obviously they win. This is the person. That's who it is. We did want Scarlett Johansson, but we found somebody really close. All right, cool.
Right, because you don't just create vocal samples out of nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Or can you?
Can you?
You can't. You have
Nah,
to
you
use
need a
something.
sample.
Yeah, you have
need
to
a
use
sample.
something. That's why
You
I'm
need
like,
a
either there's another person out there that he's using for it, and that would be like,
or
I don't
he's
know, I feel
using
like that
her.
would be his best defense, or it's her.
Yeah, bro. Like, nah, you need a sample. Bro. You're not getting a
You can't just
human
like make,
voice.
yeah, you can't make a voice out of nothing.
Nah, bro. He's not
I don't
God,
know.
yo.
Right.
Only the Lord, yo.
I don't know.
Only the Lord.
Bruh, some of these AI tools be really making you question everything you see.
Nah,
You know.
bro. So
For
anyway,
real.
they
you didn't
get,
try
but
it? Go
oh
ahead.
yeah.
Sorry, Bruce.
No,
No, go ahead, Bruce.
I have not tried it. Sorry. Go
Wait,
ahead.
what you were
Bruce.
saying?
I'm just saying, but they get their information from somewhere. Like that's how they
Yeah.
generate, like even like ChatGPT, even though like it's like really it does what it does really well, but it's getting that information from somewhere. It's not just like making it up out of nothing.
Right.
Correct. But in that example, right, that's all words. We've seen examples where the OpenAI has created what's known as I think it's Sora, which is a video I guess chat GPT, right? Where you're inputting what you wanted as a video and it'll create it like a
Right, but
person in Japan or whatever, right? That
even
person
that,
doesn't exist
right, they don't, but they are still getting features of a person from a
Somewhere.
certain source that has
from Japan or
pictures of
whatever.
people
Yeah.
in it. So like that's
Okay.
what I'm saying.
Okay.
You have to get it from somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. Sam is playing games, yo. He's playing games. I want to
Yeah.
see. I want to see what happens. I think she's gonna win, yo. Unless he could provide a person, there's no way. I just don't see it. But anyway, you should try it. Do Bible study and then let us know.
You want Scarlett Johansson to give us a Bible study?
No, I'm saying try it. I don't know if it's Scarlett Johansson, but you can do a Bible study with it, her, whatever, Scarlett,
Mm-hmm.
Black Widow. I don't know, however way you want to, but just do a Bible study with it and see how that works. That'd be
Yeah.
crazy. I did see it. I saw one demonstration where it was doing a whole tutoring math session with a kid, which
Yeah.
was crazy, right? And then I seen one where a guy was about to do a Zoom interview, and what's crazy is it's using the camera to look at you. So the guy was asking for feedback on what he was wearing for the Zoom, and the AI was responding to what they were wearing and stuff. Like it was crazy. Like, so I could see a lot of nerds falling in love. Like, I see it happening. Like it's crazy. Because the thing was really responding and like you said, with emotion, like giggling, and it was crazy. It was wild.
Yeah. I have a video
Which
here.
one is
This
this?
is this is the presentation, and this is the emotional response segment of it.
Wow.
We'll play just a little bit of it.
I'm about to say, are we gonna get dinged for this?
I don't think so. We'll see.
The assistant even seemed to give an emotional response to the developers praising it for its efforts.
It looks like you're feeling pretty happy and cheerful, with a big smile and maybe even a touch of excitement.
See, in this example, you still hear kind of like that. Did you guys hear it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Still
okay. I was like, dang, not again.
Still sounds kind of fake.
Yeah. In this, I don't know why.
Sounds like I'm watching a training video.
Yeah. But in the live thing, because I was watching it, it just sounded like really, really like.
You was watching this live?
Yeah. I saw the presentation live.
Thank God you're married.
But I didn't know that was gonna, that was gonna happen, or that was a feature of it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know what the thing. Yeah, Elena said that's not Scarlett Johansson. Yes, in this
That didn't sound
example,
like
it didn't sound like her. No, but yeah. So
yeah,
that's that crazy world. I'm just waiting for the day where we can pod live, and I'm not really here, but we're just podding.
What?
Like, wouldn't that be sick? We could have episodes all the time.
Nah, bro.
Hold on.
Because AI will never be tired and have that look that you have like 10 minutes before signing off. They're already gonna know.
This is like, what do you, okay, when you say that, what do you envision? You envision like you're literally off somewhere else. You're not contributing to this at all. It's like a replication of you.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
exactly.
literally me right now, but not really me.
We would all, but wouldn't like everybody do that? Like instead of working, like you could have your your replication like do your work for you, and you could be like off somewhere else.
That'd be right.
Well,
Exactly.
if you work from home, yes. And people already do that, right? They hire people from Malaysia and like India to do that. I'm not advocating for it, but I'm just saying that it's possible. So in that way, it will work. But for people who have to go into an office and show your face, obviously that's not gonna work. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Wow.
So how would your person be here? It would just be like on a screen or something?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the day where you're literally looking at me right now, live, right? But it's really not me.
So it's like
I will program. We will all program somehow. In this episode of 234, we're going to talk about Jon Bellion's Live Nation, Scarlett Johansson, and then
you want the mark of the beast so bad.
Whoa. Why is that the mark of the beast?
Every, you know what I know.
I'm not getting it tattooed on my forehead.
You know why AI be so perfect that your wall will be complete in the back that we'll just know. Nah, this is fake, yo.
There you go. You know what that reminds
That's
me
what
of?
we'll know. That's what we'll know.
Gosh, what's that movie? Inception. You know where he's spinning the thing, and then at the end he's like, "Wait a minute, which world are we in?" You know?
Yeah, you see?
Yeah, like it's so real. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever get there, but it seems like
we might.
Really
Dude,
not.
I just saw a dude have a whole conversation about his presentation to a AI, and it looked like a real conversation, like he was talking to a female. It didn't sound as robotic as what you displayed, but it sounded like a really like a real conversation, and I was like, this is crazy. Oh man,
I think it's coming. If they can alter a singer's voice or auto tune, even, right? Because that was kind of like the beginning of I guess voice alteration. You know, what's to say now or in 10, 15 years, the way things are moving, you know? So
is this not crazy though? Then like we saw this like in movies like 20, 30 years ago.
And that's become reality. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty wild. Yeah. The robots are definitely coming.
Wow. Terminator.
Would you guys get a robot? Like, say it was like
iRobot?
Yeah.
Jay would. Absolutely. I know Jay would.
Me up.
I would too, honestly. I would too.
Yeah, until they turn
on you. No, for real, like until it turns on you. But like imagine like you're like it's basically like your servant, low key, like without you having to like pay somebody. Yeah, and they don't have like real, intelligence. Obviously, at some point they're probably gonna want to be free.
They want slaves, yo.
Yeah.
But like it's somebody that could like because imagine like they clean your house, right? Or like, they do the stuff that you don't want to do. Like just imagine that. Like
Lord, help Elon get these robots out.
Jay, would you let a robot babysit your kids?
Ooh. Because what if like one of the kids comes off as a threat?
I
don't destabilize them.
You would have to like know their programming inside and out, right?
Bro.
Yeah, I think so.
See,
he almost said yes.
He did almost said yes.
No, you know why? Because I didn't even think that far ahead.
Like,
to leave my kid with a robot.
Yeah, think about that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. And then in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I mean, they're probably gonna be Elon's working on it now, so maybe in 5 years it could be an actual reality. Will I afford it then? I don't know. But yeah, with the kids, I don't know. Especially with a baby, I don't see it now to be that efficient where it could be able to take care of a baby.
Imagine if it
but
was
then
like
again,
that's what it was designed to do.
Yeah. Which I think it could get there, right?
To babysit?
Would you let it?
I think so.
Dang.
So
Yeah, I think
he's
so.
next level. Take
I
it to
mean, it's
school and everything.
what was the robot's name in the Jetsons? The maid, right? She did the cleaning, the cooking, all that other stuff. So
I didn't watch it.
I mean, it
so
doesn't really
no.
matter the name, but what you just say?
Rosie, right? I think.
I didn't watch the
Wow, why
Jetsons.
gotta be a Spanish name?
Ah, yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, and the Jetsons.
She said
yeah,
she
have
the Justice was too old for her.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well,
I mean,
it's like really, really old though, right? It was like a really, really old
She said
cartoon.
really, really old.
It is though, isn't it? It's not from like the
Oh,
50s or 60s.
no way.
Oh, it's just based in like the 50s. You know what? I take it all back. Sorry.
I grew up on the Jetsons.
My bad, guys.
60s, yo.
My bad. I didn't mean to keep digging like that.
But no, it was actually based for the future, not the 50s.
I know, but it had like a 50s
Yeah,
theme
it
to
was.
it,
It was
right?
pretty
Even though
old.
it was like based in the future.
look at LLM. Hey, you dissing LLM? Yo, that's crazy.
Sorry.
Yo.
Oh man.
My bad.
Yeah,
Crap.
that is crazy.
But yeah,
bring on the robots. I'm with it. I mean,
no,
my car is kind of a robot, so it's able to drive itself. Now imagine having an actual person here to do the laundry and all this other stuff, bruh.
I
It's
mean,
gonna be
that's
amazing.
idea. I just need it for like plumbing, electrical stuff, like that.
Imagine it could do all of that stuff.
Get on the
Like,
roof.
It could get exactly. It could
Put
do all of that.
Yeah,
for
and you don't have to
lights
like
up.
risk. You don't have to risk breaking your leg. You know what I mean?
Bruh, you imagine seeing your
It will be
robot.
the end of humanity.
It'd be the end of a lot of jobs.
Yeah, jobs. Yeah.
Because I mean, just get a bunch of robots to do whatever you want, right? Like you're just gonna become fat and lazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already
fat and lazy.
we're already there.
I know, but there's still stuff, right? Like Ant still has to mow his 40 acres, but if you have the robot doing it, and Ant's just chilling in the couch with a beer. I mean, that sounds great. But then it's like, well,
yeah, I don't know.
I don't think these robots are gonna be like as lifelike as people think. Like, I think it's just gonna like do the task, but it's not gonna look like a person.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
definitely not. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like iRobot. I already seen Elon's robots. They look like that. They look like that.
Yeah, I mean the first generation, like when they first introduced it, that thing looked like a robot, right? Now it looks
a little more.
It looks like a robot, but yeah, it's like sleeker and stuff like that.
Yeah, look, I'm telling you, it looks like iRobot. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what happens.
This is crazy. Switch asking if Switch is coming back. Crazy. Yeah, I don't know if it's coming back. So,
on Instagram, Kyle asked, "Where's Switch? Is he still mourning the Knicks?"
Oh,
you're gonna have to give him hit him up, DM him, and ask him.
So. we plan on replacing Switch with a robot.
No, AI would just have him here in every single episode.
Right.
You name it here. Just use his likeness like Scarlett.
LNF is spreading rumors. He said Switch was let go. Young Slick said, "Oh shoot, I didn't know. Switch was not let go.
He was not let go. He let himself go.
Right, Switch let go."
Oh
man.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Nah, his schedule is bad. So it's at the moment. So he's not gonna be out for a while.
Yeah. So but yeah, so he needs a robot?
He needs a robot.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to know if those who are watching in the thing, like, would you guys let a robot watch your kids?
Yes. Would you? Exactly. Would you buy a robot? Would you let it watch your kids? What would you let your robot do? Would you let your robot cook for you?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
What if it's like, yeah?
Imagine you have Gordon Ramsay or the top chefs like information.
Oh, you could like program it to be that chef.
Bruh,
that's crazy.
Make everything good. They just gotta order all the supplies, go pick it up for you. Oh man, that sounds amazing.
They could go to
Yeah.
the store and get the supplies.
I mean, they could, right?
Why not? Take the Tesla.
Yeah.
Or send the
driving
Tesla.
robot. Or
I mean,
send
you
it.
already have like DoorDash and what's it called?
That's true, right?
Instacart
That's
and stuff
true.
like that. You already have that.
Yeah, but then you also have Amazon Fresh and like Hello
Yeah.
Fresh and all this other.
Oh
fresh
yeah, so they could drop all the stuff off.
It could
Yeah,
all be
it's a
like one
robot
big.
dropping it off.
It could
Yeah.
all be like one big subscription package.
Yeah. Yo,
Which is
Elon,
probably what it will be.
we need 25%.
We
You heard?
here. We right here. We got all kind
Yeah.
of ideas. Bro,
Yeah.
imagine that. The robot drops the food off, then your robot gets it at the door, starts cooking, right? Sending the kids to go take baths. Bruh.
Amazing.
Doing the laundry at the same time.
Yo, no, you
Patching
got
the
another
roof.
robot for that one.
And then
building you a house.
Then we just wait for the day that they want to say they want freedom.
Right. Do you think it would be a subscription where like you have to keep paying for the robot, or you would pay once?
I think you'll pay once.
And have to pay for updates or something?
Oh, nah, really? It should come with updates.
I feel like they're going to turn it into a subscription model because they do that with everything.
I mean, I wouldn't say no that they want to do subscription, but then I think, well, you know what? Yes, they might do a subscription because right now, I'm comparing it to full self driving. Right, that's a subscription right now.
Is it?
Which was just introduced? Yes, $100 a month.
What is that?
But full self so on the Tesla, for you to have the actual driving where it'll drive itself, and make the turns and everything, it's called full self driving. So it's it's if you buy it, it's $8,000 but it stays with the car, or your subscription, which is $100 a month.
$8,000,
bro. It was 15 before, and Elon dropped it. So,
bro, are you serious?
Yeah.
$8,000 for self driving. That's another car, yo.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
That's
but yeah,
wild.
It could be subscription. I don't see why, it wouldn't be.
I'd rather just spend
$100
$100
could, yeah, because then you can, right? I'm sure it'll probably include like maintenance, like if something happens for whatever reason, it starts spazzing out. You just get a refurbished one or something like that. Sent to the house and it'll go by itself and get fixed. But yeah. That's what we say. If the robots really do come, right? Like a lot of jobs are going to be gone. And this is where you're definitely going to have to do, the Andrew Yang and have, universal basic income. Because if the robot could do it all, why would they hire you? Well, not all, but like majority of things.
Well, they're going to need like all sorts of codes to do all sorts of stuff.
Right. Initially, you'll pay a developer, 6 figures or $500,000 to, code. But after you're done coding, then what? Right.
Updates, bug fixes.
You don't need all the developers though. You might have one or two.
That's true.
Or maybe a few hundred, I should say.
Yeah. Unless you're going to start working on developing something new all the time.
Sure. But yeah, interesting times. We'll see if Scarlett goes through with her lawsuit, and see what happens with OpenAI. Will they settle? Will they try to fight it? So it should be interesting. I think it'll set the standard for what happens from then on out when it comes to using somebody's likeness and all that. And something interesting too, right? Like a lot of these apps that are coming out now, right? They make you agree to the consent that hey, you're uploading your voice, and they can technically do whatever they want with it. So goes to show you, maybe Sam was up to no good with Scarlett. But
yeah, I don't know.
We shall see.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Yeah. So our next topic is Donald Trump's hush money case. I don't know if you guys have been following, but we are almost done, I guess. So we'll see what ends up happening. We'll give a little bit of a rundown here of what's been going on.
Is it a hush money case though?
Well, the whole thing, right, was they're trying to say that he paid her off
Mm-hmm.
with his lawyer, right, Cohen, and also violated business, like uh, I forgot the legal term, but like business money / election
Funds. Yeah.
funds, right? So the whole thing is like, it's hush money, right? Because they paid her to shut up about the
Right.
quote unquote affair or not, right?
Right. But they're trying to. I think what they're trying to do is paint it as election tampering.
Right,
That's what they're
right, which is a
really.
felony. Yeah,
Right. Right. That's what they're really trying to say it as because he's trying to deceive the voters by not letting them hear what's really going on. So they're really trying to considering it as that, right, as election tampering type of deal. So yeah.
yeah. So if you haven't been following, the hush money right now, we are so there's like there's 12 steps, and we are on step number 9, which is where the jury starts to deliberate, right, with each
hmm
other.
hmm
um, they heard all the testimony, from both sides, from all the witnesses and all this other stuff, right? And touching on the witnesses part, you have some the defense kind of placing doubt on Stormy Daniels' testimony, because they said that the first day where she's talking about what happened that day between her and Trump when she visited Trump Tower, they said that she looked nervous. She looked like she was like stuttering and all this other stuff. Um, so they were trying to create doubt into what she was saying, right? Because it seemed like she was just making it up as she goes. And then the second day where she was on the stand, she was like more calm and like answering the questions like directly and stuff like that. So they were trying to say that, when you lie, psychologically, like looking around, or you're kind of like fidgety and
hmm
stuttering and stuff like that. So that's kind of interesting the way the defense plays it. Uh, Austin Fast says no hush money. People settle every day. Jay Zalay says hashtag free Trump.
This guy.
Jay says ninjas in DC be paying off hoes for decades. Nothing to see here. Ah, yes, that's
Mm.
that's very true. That's very true. But yeah. So, did you guys know that one of the jurors is a lawyer?
Really?
Yeah. So that's kind of interesting.
How did they even allow that?
Right.
I don't know. I mean,
That's crazy.
when does your profession bar you from being selected as a juror?
All the time in jury duty.
Well,
If it's related, if it
Oh,
has anything to do with the case, they usually will get you out of there. Like if it's something that's gonna give you like a leg up because you know something
yeah.
about whatever it
well,
is that they're discussing, they don't want you there usually.
yeah, but still, he still has to hear both sides of the story, right? He's not defending Trump or Stormy Daniels, right? With his lawyerness. Um, I I can understand, for example, my wife had to go to jury duty, and it was for a case that involved a teacher, right? And they asked her, the question is, well, the lawyers, right? When you're being selected, they asked her, um, "Are you in favor of teachers? Overall, like in the school system, do you feel like they're underpaid or anything like that?" And my wife said yes, and then they told her immediately, "Okay, we don't need you anymore," right? Because her bias was already there, for the teacher, right?
Right, right.
So I guess the lawyer dude could have answered, non-biasedly. So yeah, little tad bit. The jury consists of 5 women, 7 men, and 6 alternates. Um, and yeah, the alternate thing was kind of confusing because it's like, well, why do you need these people? But then, shout out to me, Kev. He explained that, they're there in case something happens to the actual
Mhm.
jurors, right? Then somebody has to like kind of like sub
Mhm.
in essence. Um, so yeah, so 5 women, 7 men, 6 alternates, and yeah. So Trump has been on his platform, Truth Social, talking about the greatest case I've ever seen for reliance on counsel, and Judge Merchan will not, for whatever reason, let me use that as a defense in a rigged trial. Another term, advice of counsel defense. So it's kind of like classic Trump, right? Where he's kind of as well like sowing doubt in the judicial system and election systems and all that stuff, because it doesn't seem like it's kind of like going his way, right? And some of it might be warranted, right? With a lot of things that he says, maybe it is unfair. But yeah. Jay Saleh says Stormy and Comey hate Trump. Their testimony is unreliable. Did the judge change the rules? I heard he said it doesn't matter if you think he's guilty of this, he can be guilty of anything.
You saw Trump was in the Bronx, right?
Yes, I did see that.
He had it jumping too.
Yeah. That's
Oh, that's crazy.
and it's interesting because you did, and we spoke about this offline, but you never saw that in 2016.
No.
With anybody predominantly, like especially in the rap game, kind of like endorsing him in a sense. But there was also a lot of backlash. People didn't like that he was there, as always, right? But then this is the first former president/president that has visited the Bronx like that. Like, why doesn't Biden do that?
He probably was asleep somewhere. Did you see the video of the Memorial Day service where he was sleeping?
No, I didn't see that.
Stop.
He was knocked. He was KO'd. And then the camera zoomed in on him, bro. Oh man, KO'd.
That's terrible. At this point, you really feel bad, right? Like that's somebody's grandpa. Like, bro, that's it.
They call it Sleepy Joe for a reason. Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah,
well, I can't wait for their debate show. That's gonna be entertainment.
Yeah, definitely. We'll
anyway,
see. We'll see what. Yeah. Back to the case. Do you guys think that he can get prosecuted for this? Do you think he'll play time? Because there was a report that said that FBI is already talking to the city, to kind of like coordinate.
Secret Service.
Yes. Sorry, Secret Service. To kind of coordinate, like the jail stuff, right? Because he has Secret Service for life, right? Wherever he is, they gotta be. So if he goes to jail,
that's wild.
They gotta be there too.
But so I don't know, man. It's so up in the air, like because I've even seen. I was reading recently, and I forgot exactly what it was. And sorry, but the person that I was reading it from was basically saying that that the prosecution slipped up on I guess their whether it was their closing or they did something where it doesn't look like it's in their favor. But I don't know, because they're saying two things that I did hear was that Michael Cohen is working out a vengeance. So right, because he was really stuck on the fact that he wanted to pay back. Right, like he was even had the TikTok videos where he was basically just speaking on how he just wants that revenge on him. And then Stormy Daniels, when she testified, it was that I believe she wanted to sell books, right? So she admitted that she was trying to sell books too. So to me, it just seems like, I mean, the whole point of everything, all of this coming out is for their own gain. So I don't know. So
yeah, I think the kind of the questionable things for me is, right, Michael Cohen gave the money to her, but then Trump decides that he's gonna give like a little bit at a time to Michael to repay him, and then on top of that gave him a little extra more because I think they said that, well, if he pays that money, then there's like taxes involved and all this other stuff, so they paid him more to like compensate for that. So
technically, did he pay her?
See, and that's kind of like what the trial kind of can get up to, right? Because
Yeah, I guess.
can you prove that? Can you really say, yeah, Donald Trump paid her, even though Michael Cohen was the one that sent the money?
But then Michael Cohen saying, yeah, he paid her. So,
Yeah. So,
but that's where they're trying. I guess that's where they're trying to like, yeah. But is he
right.
saying that because he really wants revenge, or you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So who knows?
Yeah. And then a lot of the descriptions, right, with the bookkeeper as well, because she was also on the witness.
Yeah.
She was saying, oh, this is like, consulting, or this is things
Yep.
like write-offs, basically, right, for each amount.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is totally legitimate in a sense, right? Because when you have a business, you can write off stuff. But it'll definitely be interesting to see what occurs. If he gets convicted, I think there might be an uproar
Bruh.
of people. MAGA.
You think what they do to the
I mean, that's what they said about the election, right? But nothing really happened.
nothing happened?
If you don't include, I guess, January 6th, but even that wasn't, I guess, fully MAGA.
I know, but I'm saying,
inspired.
like, if they thought that happened, what you think gonna happen if dude get locked up?
Yeah, it's gonna be. It might be pandemonium.
What do you
Yeah.
think happens if he doesn't?
Nothing. People just gonna be angry.
Definitely.
I don't think.
I think definitely Biden loses, and he's gonna get a lot more votes for that.
But what did you mean, Bree? Did you mean like in the sense of what? Like people up in uproar?
Like his
You
life?
mean? Not uproar.
Like backlash.
I mean,
maybe for a couple
complain.
of days. Yeah.
Yeah, people will complain, but and then be like, "That's why we need to vote." You know what I'm saying? Like, but people will be. That's what it really happened. On the other side, they might flip out.
Yeah.
So,
do you guys also feel, because this is kind of how I think about it too, right? Because he's such a predominant figure, like he'll get off easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and do you really want to say that you put number one, a former president, and then a presidential candidate behind bars?
That's what they want to do.
I mean, I feel like it's a small group of people, but then I feel like
You think it's a small group of people
that would like that. But then there's also the other side was like, oh, I don't know how this looks for the United States, right? I mean, has there been a president that's ever been to jail?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so
they want him to be the first.
Sure,
he's gonna go to Rikers, get tatted up.
They're gonna be chilling with the homies.
He gonna come back totally different. He'll come back. You're.
How long is he looking at if he does get locked up?
That's, I think, up to the judge.
Oh.
Yeah, but so my notes here says the judge has a lot of options. Trump could serve 30 days in prison or up to 4 years.
Okay.
But it also depends on.
They don't give him a 30. What it depends on.
It depends on what they find him guilty of. Because all it takes, it really just takes one juror to say no, and everything is over.
You know what they said? Yeah, so what they're believing is going to be a hung jury.
Yeah, hung jury, right?
Because they said, I think they were saying they believed that 7 of them looked like they were ready to say not guilty. So,
oh wow,
how many charges are there that he's
34 felony accounts.
All 34 are all felonies. Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy. They're trying to put him under the jail.
Trying to throw away the key, but yeah. So, yeah.
Look at this guy.
It'll be in here. I just got here. Start over. Yo, hit the rewind button, Riggs.
This guy. Yeah.
Jimmy says the real question will be 45 be blood or Lion King?
This guy. Yeah.
Oh man, hilarious.
But
Yeah,
I don't know, man. There'll probably be a hung jury. Then they ain't gonna be able to retry. And then if he wins, it's a wrap anyway. He's gonna pardon himself.
Pardon himself. Yeah.
So I mean, what could you at that point, right? Like, what do you do? 'Cause once it's a hung jury, they're not gonna get a trial going before the election. So they're not
Definitely not. And even then, like, all right, they got him back in the trial. Well, look, this is why are we doing this again? Like, we stop wasting, time and all this other stuff when this was already debated.
If he wins, will we call him 47?
Yeah, technically, right?
I guess he's 45 and 47.
Yeah.
457.
457.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see. When is it supposed to close out? When is it supposed to be over?
I mean, they're deliberating now, right? So it could be any moment. Right. Maybe end of the week. Who knows? Who knows?
So we're about to find out if he's gonna be making grilled cheese with an iron. Yo, but that's crazy. Like to see Secret Service is gonna be like in the shower with him.
I mean, I don't know about in the shower.
Not
They'll
in
be
the
outside.
shower. Like no
They'll be
Diddy.
outside. Like he'll probably have the shower to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gonna be running. He gonna be moving different, like a mob boss,
basically. Yeah.
But they gotta be like tough Secret Service men, like because they can get jumped. They gonna have their guns.
I mean, I don't know if that's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? Because then they get jumped for their guns. Now we got a riot.
Yeah. Now Trump is free. He's on the loose.
Bro, they can't even let this happen. Just look at this. Just based off of that, they can't have them. First of all, he has to have the dudes. They can't have them in there, bro. They just gonna have to let them go. Like, suck it up, or just Pablo Escobar it and let them stay in Trump Towers for 30 days.
like house arrest.
Yeah,
that could be possible
because you can't put them in jail with armed security, yo.
Maybe they'll have like a section of the jail strictly for Trump, the Trump jail.
Yeah, I don't know.
He likes real estate.
Yeah.
So, JJ says wasting taxpayer dollars. Meanwhile, Venezuelans robbing up people and seeing dudes in BK shooting victims.
Right. Like they ain't got bigger fish to fry, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But
New York, yo.
Yeah. This wasn't on the docket, but kind of want to end it with a lighter note. This is a video that's been going viral.
Bro, this is hilarious.
It is funny.
Did you see this, Brie?
No, what is this?
Oh, this guy here, yo.
I'm gonna play it a little faster because there is a little bit of dead air, but let's do
so this guy basically real quick rundown.
No.
Oh no, you can see it. All right,
no, you're not giving me no context. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Should be present
This
with Zoom.
Can you hear it?
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office. Actually, so just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
Look at the judge.
Yeah.
The judge is like, what?
You stationary?
I'm pulling in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
The judge is laughing.
All right. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we are respectfully requesting an adjournment in this matter, up possibly 2 to 4 weeks if the court would allow.
Okay. So maybe I don't understand something. This is a driving while license suspended?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And he was just driving. And he didn't have a license.
Oh.
Look at his
Those are the
face.
charges, Your Honor, yes.
No, I'm looking at his
Yes.
record. He doesn't have a license. He's suspended and he's just driving.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Bruh. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Look at his face.
Yo, even the lawyer was laughing.
This is a skit. Like, this can't even be real. Look at his
Hello?
face.
1 minute, Mr. Harris.
Even the security, this guy here.
Oh my gosh.
Ain't no way. Look at the judge.
I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked in this matter. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Thank
you.
Your Honor. Mr. Harris, I'll be giving you a call.
Okay.
Court case, people versus Maya.
Bro, it's that. Oh my God.
Yo, Bray, you don't seem abused. I'm over here crying.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what's funny? I don't talk about this that often, but before I actually got serious about music, I wanted to become a judge. Like that's the
Me
thing I
too.
wanted to pursue. Oh, for real? Really?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I wanted to become a judge, and I'm just thinking like if I was sitting there and this is my court.
Eleanor's
Oh wow, LNF.
Yeah.
I don't know why. First of all, I don't know why the dude was. Why
he
did
was
he
in
act like
Zoom.
somebody else was driving him or something?
Right. Look at this guy's
Jay
crying
cut
to
his
turn his
camera.
camera on. Right. He could have been like, he's just driving in the car with somebody. This dude said, I'm pulling in right now. Yeah.
And then he gave him an attitude too. Like, hold on. Like, let me pull over.
Just the
Yo,
audacity of
the
some
judge
people.
was amazed.
Yo.
Like the face, the look on the judge, like, right. He was like, hold on, wait. This is a
Bro.
driver with a suspended license? Bro.
Yo,
And
I
this
literally
dude-
thought this was a skit, like Judge Mathis type of thing.
Yo, and he said, oh my God.
Like he realized that he effed up.
Dude, and the thing is, it wasn't even like he got a fine. Dude said your joint is revoked. Yo, you turn yourself
Self into
into
the jail.
jail.
For real.
Bro, the prosecutor was like, that is correct, Your Honor. She didn't even try to like fight.
Bro, but they couldn't believe it so bad that it was literally like a skit. Like they went to every person in the room, and everybody had a blank face. Like, like who's the cameraman? Yo?
Oh my gosh, that was wild. Oh,
I wonder how much time they gave him, yo. That is crazy. Dude said, "Oh my God!" Like he expected better results, yo.
He acted like he was shocked.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he really was like jail, really. Oh man, that was crazy. Yo, never. Yo, pray for that man, yo.
Yeah, for real, for real.
Pray for
Jimmy
that
says everyone in the court was like, "Nah, he's not that stupid."
Yeah. Even the bailiff was sitting there shaking his head, like, "Nah, yo, ain't no way."
Oh man, I can't believe that was real. That was good though.
That was definitely real.
Yeah,
and that man needs Jesus.
Amen to that. And with that being said, Psalms 119, 105 says, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path." And that man needs some guidance in his life. So if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. This is episode 234, and we appreciate everybody in the comments watching on Instagram and all over, audio only. And we'll see you in the next episode. We appreciate everybody. Peace.
Peace.